Welcome back everyone, I'm James the Tie Guy, and today we're taking a look at three new 3.75 inch figures. These are from the Force Link 2.0 lineup, the Wave 2. This is going to be two new figures and then one that's a re-release from the BB-8 playset. They are available right now for a $7.99 retail price. From what I can gather online, there's not a lot of them that are showing up in retail stores yet. It seems that the Meyer chain up north has got a lot of them. But I haven't seen a lot in the Walmarts as of now. These actually were from the Hasbro toy shop online. I ordered them and they had a ship date anticipated of 5/21, but they shipped over a week early, and I was able to get them a few days ago. So I wanted to go ahead and get them on here so we could take a look at them. I've done a photo gallery for each of them, which I'll link below. And then I also have the Force Link 2.0 gauntlet. We'll see if we can get it to work, since it's kind of buggy, but I'm going to see if we can get it to play their individual sounds. Snoke is a re-release from the BB-8 playset that retailed for $1.99 rather. That was previously only available on that, so it's not a widespread release that he's had yet until now. And then the Moloch figure from Solo movie, and then the Princess Leia and Hoth outfit. These are all new figures. So if we go ahead and first of all, we'll take a look at Leia. I've already opened these to do photo gallery. So I just have to take them out here from the side. She only comes with one accessory, which is a DH-17 blaster pistol. She doesn't have a holster to carry it, but I don't think she did in the movie either. She normally didn't have weapons on her a lot, except for when she had to fight. So here she is. It's a very small and petite figure, but then again it is based on Princess Leia, so that's pretty much what you would expect from it. Next to like the Snoke figure, it looks absolutely tiny, but that's how it's supposed to be because Snoke is super tall. I'll bring it in here for a closer look. Sculpt on it overall is nice, the detail on her jacket. I'm not sure why they decided to put this on her bottom. It's assortment number, I think. I have no clue why they put it there, especially on a figure that is white, because it's so noticeable. If they could have done it on her leg or somewhere, it would have been a lot less noticeable, but there it is. And I don't really know why it kind of stood out when I first looked at her. It's pretty noticeable. Not sure if they're all like that, but this one is. She has her insignia here, and then the comm link on her hand or her arm. And the blaster, like I said, just the basic DH-17. Just a tiny bit of detailing. The silver on the top of it, on the barrel of it, doesn't have any detail on the scope. Because I know on these, the scope on the front of it was kind of clear, but this is just all solid black. Her hair is done up in this fashion like it was when she was in Echo Base. She has the insignia there on her foot for Force Link 2.0, indicating that she is compatible with it. She is a small figure, so standing she is able to, but you got to get it balanced just right. It's pretty easy to knock her over. But you can always put them on stands if you were wanting to display them like that. So if we go ahead and get the gauntlet here, turn it on. If you've seen my other videos on the gauntlet, Force Link 2.0, you know it can be quirky sometimes. So I've got it to work earlier, so I'm going to see if I can do it again.
Count me in. It only takes one to sound the alarm. Count me in. Count me in. Count me in.
So that's the only ones I've been able to get it to do so far, at least right now. She did have one more thing that she said, but it took several attempts to get it to actually work. The tapping on these is not very sensitive at all. So that's the basic voices that you get. I forget what the other thing is that she said. It's nothing spectacular though. But we'll go ahead and set her there. I'm not sure if she's going to stand up or not. Lean her back against that a little. The next figure we'll look at is Moloch. This has got to be my favorite of the three. Moloch is, of course, in Solo, the new movie coming out. He is part of the White Worm gang, or the leader of it. I'm not 100% sure. He is actually a worm, as you'll see from the figure. Detail on this is awesome. It came crushed like this from Hasbro, which is nothing unusual. It was packaged well. I'm thinking it must have happened at the factory. But it's okay since I was opening it anyway. It's a very heavy figure, the heaviest of the three, and as you can see, it's a really thick bubble on it. Same as Snoke, but this figure is wider than Snoke even. So we'll go ahead and take him out. He comes with two accessories. One is the club slash, I'm not sure what exactly you would call it. It's like a staff of some sort. To me, it looks like a fried chicken drumstick on the end, but make of it what you will. He's also got a blaster. Looks like a holdout blaster almost. To me, it literally looks like a blaster that was sawed off. I'll show you in a minute to see what I'm talking about. He carries it here in his holster. You can see it there. I'll go ahead and show you that. So there it is. Like I said, it literally looks like a larger blaster that just had the barrels chopped off of it. And I'm not sure if it is or not. I've never seen one like this before in the Star Wars universe, so I'm not sure if it's just been modified to make it more concealable or what. But when he holds it, you have to admit it looks pretty funny. It really just looks like somebody took a lightsaber while he was aiming it at them and just whacked off the front of it. Pretty much the only way to explain it. It's unique, that's for sure. But he's a unique guy, so fits him pretty well. The holster is nice. It's kind of like concealed, and it goes in there real easy when you're not doing it from behind the camera. But it just slides in like that, and the scope fits over that piece. Stays real secure, not going to go anywhere. And then this is his staff, which he just holds in either hand. Both hands have a trigger finger, by the way, which is nice. I really don't know why they can't do this with their Black Series lineup, especially on like the clone Captain and Commanders like Rex and Wolf, that dual wield blasters. I really wish they could do it on both lines, because if they can do it on the cheaper one, you would think they could do it on the more expensive Black Series. But he just holds it like that, and I'm not sure exactly what it does, if it's just to bludgeon with or what, but there it is. Take it out. Now this is the neat feature that I didn't know he had until I seen a post. A lot of people don't either. His face, this is actually a mask and some kind of breathing apparatus, and it comes off. So this piece comes first, and then this follows, and there you have Mr. Moloch. Very pale with his blue eyes, almost looks like he might be blind, kind of like a mole. This piece comes completely off. And this, it doesn't say off, but it does hang. And then the head inside is ever so slightly movable, just up and down. It's pretty neat though. You know, they didn't have to make it like removable like that, but because in the trailer and so far in all the promotional work, I've just seen him with his mask on. Now the other part that I'm wondering just from the movie is, since he is a worm, I wouldn't expect him to have anything like human anatomy, so I'm wondering if these arms are cybernetic or not. I'm sure the hands are. I really don't think that he's got hands, but I'm thinking this might be some type of a cybernetic apparatus. So the underside of him is interesting. He is part of the White Worm gang, so he is actually a worm, and you can see it right there. It's got some sort of little nub of a tail, and then I think the bottom piece is just got the detail on it because it kind of ends right here. I don't think it's like that all the way up. It's probably hollow, but he's still a very heavy built figure. Nice texturing on his robes, really nice actually for a $7.99 figure. And because he's got this wide base, super easy to stand up. He will pose just any way you want him to. No bouncing required. He stands up easy. And if we set Leia next to him, quite a bit taller than her. And in the movie, he appears to be a tall individual, so I'm thinking the scale on this is pretty accurate. Of course, none are as tall as Snoke, which you'll see in a minute. If we go ahead and put his mask back on, this piece goes first, and then this piece snaps on, and it's really nice, secure fit. It has a nice solid snap. It's not going anywhere. Just overall, a really well made, well executed figure. Super impressed by this one. I like the character, and I really like the figure. So we'll bring up the gauntlet here, if I can get it to turn on. There we go. The gauntlet, it's a whole nother video for that, which I've made. It's works when it wants to, and that's usually not often. So let's see what it'll do for this guy. So there you have what Moloch has to say. Some grunts and groans and some type of alarm going off, I'm guessing. So I'm not sure what all that is meaning. I'm guessing the movie will shed a little bit more light on it. But that is the sounds that you get from him with the Force Link 2.0 gauntlet. And there's another look at him. Really like this guy. Really like the figure. Hasbro did an awesome job with him, for sure. Now, last but not least, we have Snoke in his whole form, not cut in half. Again, I had him open already, so I could get him out of the package fairly easily. He has no accessories, but I didn't expect him to, because in the movie he doesn't carry weapons. He relies on his force powers and his Praetorian Guard. So all he does is basically sit around, walk around in his gold finger looking robe. At least until he gets the lightsaber taken to him. So there he is. Tallest figure of the bunch. I think in canon he's at least 9 feet tall, or somewhere around that. Very, very tall character, and that comes through in this figure of him. Very easy to stand because of his robes here, which are molded at the bottom. He actually has articulation in his legs. I'm not really sure why, because it looks pretty hilarious when he sticks them out, because the robe just kind of goes with it. At least half of the robe does. So you've got this undergarment here, and then the robe over it. And even weirder is when if he bends over to the front, looks like he's been sitting too long. So, I mean, I guess I'm glad he's got the articulation, but it's not something that he had to have. They could have really just done it like the Moloch figure, and it would have been fine, but it is what it is. It's not nothing bad, really, so we'll go with that. He's got his Kyber crystal ring. His head here, they've done some good detail work on it. Mine's eyes are a little bit off, but that's pretty common with Hasbro figures. Not all of them have exactly the same quality when it comes to paint apps. The Black Series is getting a lot better about it with the new digital tech, but these guys still have issues from time to time. He's got the scars all the way through, just like he did in the movie. The side of his face here, missing a big chunk out of it, and then the deep craters in his neck. Very long fingers, reminds me of the Emperor, kind of. So if we set him here, pose him next to these other guys. Moloch, very tall, but not quite as tall as Snoke. And we got little Princess Leia, by far the tiniest. So you can see there, they tower, both of those guys tower over her. But again, this is fine because this means that they're good scale. They're 3.75-inch scale, but that doesn't mean they're going to all be that same exact height like a lot of the vintage characters were. They're a little bit more realistic. So if we put them back, there's not much more to say about Snoke other than I'm glad that he's available now and you don't have to buy the overpriced playset to get him, even though I've seen it as low as $45, which that's probably more of what it's really worth. But now he's just available in these $7.99 retail packs. His robe is pretty brilliant in the colors. It shimmers gold. So good sculpt on him as far as I'm concerned. Realism on his face is nice. And then he's of course Force Link compatible, so let's see what he says. It'll work.
I feel a presence. Skywalker lives.
So that's probably one of the longest things I've heard any of them say.
I feel a presence. Skywalker lives.
Trying to get it to say it's alternate thing, but it's not wanting to. I'll give it one more try.
Skywalker lives.
Nope, not gonna do it. So let that be a lesson if you were thinking about buying the Force Link gauntlet. Unless you can get it on super cheap clearance, wouldn't recommend it. Like I said, it works when it wants to, and that's not very often. It had some potential, but honestly, I would rather just have something like the Contact reader that I had back in 1998 because I've still got it, and 20 years later, it still works. Can't say the same about these even when they're brand new. But anyway, there they all are. Like I said, Kylo Ren is also part of this wave 2, but it's not one that I got yet. These are the 3 that I thought would probably be the most popular and the 3 that are my favorites. So I wanted to go ahead and get a hands-on review of them done. And the picture gallery for all of them, I will link below on my Flickr account and also Facebook. They're posted on there too. If you have any questions about these figures, let me know. Just drop me a comment down below, or you can contact me through my Facebook page. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That would be great. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. That helps a lot. Next thing that I'll be looking at are the new Big Fig series from Jakks Pacific. I got the Mud Trooper, Chewie, and the young Han Solo figures, the 18 and 20 inch size. So I'll be doing a review in Photo Gallery on those guys. And I've also got the Gamorrean Guard from the Black series coming, as well as a few of the Funko exclusives. So those are all coming down the line. I appreciate everybody's support once again. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and may the Force be with you.